Prepare the GST annual return from Web GST software. We log into the relevant assessee and select the relevant year 2017-18 and then go to this menu and here select GSTR 9 like this. And this data will be downloaded from the GST Common portal. The green indicates that the data has been downloaded properly and the mustard indicates the data is pending, so that we can re-import again if the data has not come, or even if the updated data needs to be downloaded again, then we can re-import the data. So we can close this, and then this data that we have got now is a combination of the data of the returns of GSTR 1, GSTR 3B and GSTR 2A that have been filed for the previous financial year 2017-18. So for all these months, so when we say B2C supplies to unregistered persons, the figure that we are getting here is of July onwards to 31st of March 2018. This is a combination of the data of the amount, the taxes, etc. So this combined data is coming, and if some minor changes you want to do in this data because the data has not come properly of in a particular field, etc., then you can make these changes here. Or also we have this facility whereby you can click on the heading, subheading, and here the data opens in Excel sheet and we can make the changes here. So, and if we can put some comment also here, so we can put some comment here for the sheet and also save it, like the details have been updated on the 3rd of November. I've done put this comment, or I can add something else and save this. So this will be available whenever I open the sheet again the next time. Another facility that we have given is to put in a comment for any field, for each and every field we have this facility of adding a comment. So we can right click it and add a comment here. Let's say all advances we can save this, and then you can see this green color appears, and when I take the cursor here, the note comes here. So any note that you wish to put in for memory purposes, that can be done, or the breakup of this particular data, that can be put here, and we can save in the data. Here also, as I said, we can make the changes in the Excel sheet also. We can punch in the data like this also. So we can close this. Similarly, the other items are there. This was outward supplies, taxable outward supplies. Then we have outward supplies which are not taxable, like exports, supplies to SEZ, etc. Then also we have details of ITC declared. This information was given in 3B, and here since the breakup was not available in 3B, so we've put the entire data that we have downloaded from 3B in inputs. But if you have inputs, capital goods, input services, then the breakup needs to be done here. Since this data was not available, the entire data has been put in inputs. Then next, let us see details of ITC reversed. If some ITC was reversed in the previous year, the details have to be given here. Other ITC related information, the data that has come from GSTR 2, etc., that is appearing here. We can see that we can make changes here. We can make the changes in Excel sheet. Again, the same things we can do. Then the details of tax paid as declared in the returns for the financial year. The taxes paid through ITC will come here. The taxes paid through cash will come here, and the total tax payable will appear here. We can check this, confirm this, and if some updation is not there, we can punch in the data manually also here. So till now, the transactions were those which were there for the in the returns filed for the period July 2017 to March 2018. But as you are aware that we can also give the details of these transactions which pertain to 2017-18 in the returns for the period April 2018 to September 2018 also. So this is the place, part number 5, wherein we can give these details. We can check the data that has come from the portal. We can make changes here, or also we have this facility of this Excel sheet where we can make the changes. And also, since the data you may not be able to comprehend, you may not be able to understand what is the breakup of this data. So we have given this facility in this tab, in this button, you can get the invoice wise breakup of this data. This entire data, you can give the get the invoice wise breakup. This is search facility, etc. is also there. So this is how we can use this data. We can understand what is the breakup. And also, if you want to do some further analysis with this facility of export to Excel, we can export the data to Excel, and this is how the data will look like. And we can do further analysis, use VLOOKUP and other functions for further analysis. Coming back, so after this, the next portion is differential tax paid on account of declaration in these two. Like if some additional tax is paid due to part 5, then the payable amount will come here, and the paid amount we can put in here, punch in here like this. And then the details of some other information they're asking for, particulars of demands and refunds in GST. The details can be given here. And then information on supplies received from composition taxpayers, deemed supply, etc. Again, this information can be punched in here because it is not readily available. Next is HSNY summary of the outward supplies. That will also come from GSTR 1 that if we have filed, and if there's any change, we can make the changes in the Excel sheet. And then next is HSNY summary of invert supplies. Since this data is not available, this was not given or asked for in 3B, so we can punch in the data here in the Excel sheet, or if some Excel sheet is there containing the data, we can copy and paste it here also. So this is what we can do. And finally, we have this late fee payable and paid. The payable amount will come here, the paid amount that you pay will appear here. And then, but all these values that are appearing here, they may be correct, but you don't know whether they are correct or not. And if the total does not tally with your accounts, then you won't be able to know where the difference has occurred. So for that purpose, we have given this facility of month-wise, item-wise detail. So this entire data is available to you in this sheet. The annual data is here that we were just now seeing. Then the month-wise data is also available, like July data is also appearing, August data is appearing, all these months data is appearing. And if we further want to see the breakup of each item, then we can click on the item, and then we can get the breakup of that particular item each month like this. Then we can go back, then the next item to registered supply persons, we can click it, and the item-wise breakup, month-wise breakup will appear here. We can go from here, or we can also go from here like this. So again, this will be very useful in finding out where the differences lie. Still, you want to do some more analysis, then this export to Excel facility is there, whereby we can export the data to Excel. And again, here you can use VLOOKUP and other Excel functions to make further analysis of the data. You can see some of the color of the font of the cells is blue, some are black. Why is that reason? Let us see. So we have given this option whereby you can change the values which are auto calculated from the returns like this. And if we want to change some value because probably it is not coming correct, then in that case we will change the value in set value, and like this it will appear. We can change, and also the reason why this change is being made. We can do that and save it like this, or we can revert back to the auto calculated value also. So I'm reverting to the auto calculated value. I'll save it, and now we will see that the color will change to black, because black is the auto calculated value. Now let us try and do it again, in this case in another cell. Here we will change the present value. Probably the rounding off I want to do, so I will change the value, take off decimals, and then save this, and this will be changed to blue color, which will indicate that some changes have been made in this value. Why is this important? Because as an auditor, as a company official who's working on GST, you will not be able to know what changes have been made by your staff or somebody else, or as an auditor you will not be able to know what changes have been made, and you will be doing the work as chartered accountants, as auditors, as ICWs, that what changes have been made by the client. So this facility is very important. That is why it has been given, so that you can keep track of the changes. Then some other facilities also we have given to you. Let us say after making all these changes, we take a printout, we save the data, then we save the JSN. And before that, we are giving a yearly reconciliation of the key figures so that you are sure that the data that will be going in the return is correct. Like in this case, we can see the outward supplies data as per GSTR 3B and GSTR 1. There is a difference between the two. And as you can see, there is a negative value. That means we have paid short tax or less tax in 3B. So there will be some demand. So that is the case. And in other cases also, if it is positive, also it means then you have paid excess tax. So this is a summary information whereby we can get this data. Then ITC also, the form, on the form also the data is available, but here also to get a bird's eye view, we have provided this screenshot whereby you can see on one single sheet the key figures of outward supplies tax payable, ITC payable. Then also we are also providing the net adjusted advances at the end of the year. You have to do your own calculations for that. You have to calculate the opening, additions, then bills raised, etc. and closing, and this figure should match with your working. So that will definitely help you. And then finally the tax paid during the year, that figure also we are showing to you. Now you see that outward supplies, there is some difference in 3B and 1. And if there is some difference, we have to find out what this difference is all about. So we have this given this option whereby you can see the month-wise breakup of this difference. This again will definitely be very helpful. Difference between GSTR 1 and 3B, the taxable values and the taxes amount. Like in this case, we can see in the month of January, the value is 0, the taxable supplies. And therefore, there is a difference between the two. You can see in the next month a similar difference is there. It happened because in January month, because of some reason, our return went with 0 values of taxable value. So in the next month we added that value, and that is why the two are plus and minus figures are more or less the same. Then the facility to export the data is also available, so that you can work on that. And then you can proceed. The proceed button is presently disabled because the final JSON format has not been given by the government. Once that is being done, we will definitely open this button so that you can save the JSON file. So these features, these facilities are being provided to you so that you can work properly, and your suggestions are always welcome, and we'll keep on updating the software to help you. Thank you so much.